Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the T3 Saturday Q&A. You already know.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do this, guys. It's going to be a fun one today. It's pretty interesting. Yesterday, I did like a 1.5 hour long live stream on Instagram. If you guys don't follow me, then like, what the heck are you doing? It's at The Simple Consultant. One of my channel members posted in the chat for the people. The_simple_consultant. And we were collabing with Orient. We did a little bit of like a March Madness power ranking. I mean, it was a bracket tournament. It was a lot of fun. But if you want to see that kind of hard-hitting content, you got to follow me over on Instagram. Also, I have a little bit of a coupon code. Anybody interested in saving some money? I have a coupon code from Orient, actually, for you guys. And it's IG Live, like Instagram Live. All caps, one word, IG Live, BVMF, typed it in. 10% on Orient's website, site-wide, until Wednesday. And guys, if you use that coupon code, it helps my channel out a bunch because it makes us look good. Let me fix my mic. Because then Orient's like, oh, people like the time teller. All right, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me in all of my endeavors. You know, Orient, I wouldn't have even been on their radar without your guys' support. So thank you. Can I just give a little bit of a round of applause to my viewers, people that show up and interact with the live stream? You know what? We're going to hit you with the... Thank you, guys. You guys are... The reason any of this works is because of you guys. Let's see who's here. BVMF certified T3 bot says, okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Joel Taborski certified T3 bot. Car Guy 427 EM certified T3 bot. Swiss Airline Aviation pilot and enthusiast says, woo! A little bit of a Ric Flair there. Tacos here. TFT certified T3 bot and moderator. Everyone be on your best behavior because I got backup today. We got mods in the house. Briar Blue certified T3 bot. Good day, Joy. Good day, Michael. How are you? Over in Canada. Tristan is here. BVMF has posted the coupon code if you guys are interested again. We have Eric Ruiz, Farrell, Andrew, Santorini, Yas, Lone Wolf McCrade, a really good supporter of mine, really avid follower. I really appreciate his support. And Shai says, Happy Purim. For those of you who don't know, it was recently Purim, which is a Jewish holiday. And for those of you wondering what we celebrate, we survived not getting eradicated. That's kind of... It's kind of depressing, but that's almost like every Jewish holiday. It's just a celebration that we didn't all get killed. Some jerk named Haman tried to kill a bunch of Jews way back when. We succeeded, and now we eat little cookies that look like his hat. Hamantaschen. They're my favorite cookies, and if any of you out there have Hamantaschen, send them to my P.O. box, and I will eat them on camera. Thank you for the Purim wishes. Happy Purim, everyone. Oh, and another fun thing about Purim is you can dress up. And traditionally, the kids would dress up like the people in the story. But now, in modern times, it's kind of like Jewish Halloween. There's like Power Rangers running around. There's baseball players. There's princesses. And it's you know, a good time. Shai says, it's the same thing we always celebrate. Amen. Stephen Lee's here from Harlem. Big Apple. He says, Hamantaschen last weekend. Heck yes. My mother makes the best Hamantaschen. Everyone, please wave to my mom because she watches all of my live streams and all of my episodes. My dad still doesn't know what I do for a living. He's still confused. But my mom has been an avid viewer since the beginning. Wave to my mom. Tell her to send me Hamantaschen. Stephen Lee is going to send me Hamantaschen. Moderator, Do you have the address? I could tell it to you guys. Do you want me to tell it to you? It's P.O. Box 160. P.O. Box 160, San Gabriel, California, 91778 0160. If you want to send me stuff, I unbox it. I open it on camera. We do it for the members. It's a lot of fun. Everyone's waving to my mom. We do appreciate it. So, guys, we've been here for just about 5 minutes. What do I always ask you? What you sipping on? I'm sipping on... Oh my god, I'm gonna get roasted for this, no pun intended. Some instant coffee. Oh my god, people think I'm such a snob. TFT has the address to my P.O. box. You just write the time teller, P.O. Box 160. Really do appreciate it, guys. You guys freaking rock. But people think I'm a snob because I post about cars and watches, and I like vintage things, and I talk about the history and the provenance of certain things. So they immediately assume that I'm a snob about everything. But the truth is, that's like not how it works, right? So can I go on a rant? This is kind of early for a rant, but is it okay? I don't know if Dean's here, if he can give me the green light. Keep commenting what you're sipping on, guys. We're going to acknowledge that in a moment, but I'm going to rant a little bit. One thing that I'm like really into are Red Wing boots. All right. For those of you who don't know, Red Wing is a boot maker. They have a really nice heritage collection. TFT says to rant. He's the moderator here, so I'm going to go ahead and rant. Thank you, TFT. They make work boots though, like legit work boots. They make hiking boots, but they have a really nice heritage collection, and it's kind of like hipster type stuff. And I'm really into those boots. I have like 6 pair, all right? And the cool thing is they literally, like, I will never have to buy another pair of boots for the rest of my life because each pair lasts forever. But Connie found out I really liked them, and she went crazy and bought me like a bunch. So I've never spent a penny on a Red Wing. It's all because of my girl. So love you, Connie. Connie also doesn't watch any of my stuff, by the way. Anyway, so I would post pictures here and there of me. Once in a while, I post pictures of myself. Not really selfies, just like candid shots or shots where it's Connie and I standing or me walking to a car or whatever. And people will immediately be like, yo, like, they converse. They want to know, hey, what boots are those? Or, oh, what jacket is that? Blah, blah, blah. All fine comments, right? But there is always inevitably people that are like, what boots are those? And I'm like, oh, Red Wing 877s, which are my 8-inch mock toes, right? And they'll be like, but why are you wearing Levi's? I'm like, what do you mean? Why am I wearing Levi's? Like, they're Levi's. Like, every American dude wears Levi's. Like, I don't wear slacks every day. I don't have to dress up. I just, like, what do you mean? Like, I'm literally wearing cut sweatpants. So they're like sweatpant shorts from Target right now. All right, if you guys could see. Just kidding. I don't wear pants when I live stream. That's a Scooby-Doo impression. Can I get a dog emoji in the comment section? Raggy. But what I was getting at is they assume because I like boots, like Red Wing boots, that I also have to be like a denim snob. So they're like, how can you possibly wear Red Wings with Levi's? And I'm like, well, because I don't care about pants. You know what I mean? It's like you can be a snob about certain things, but not care about other things. And I don't know why I went on this rant. I think it was because we were talking about what you sipping on. And yeah, I drink coffee. I haven't had caffeine in 3 years. Round of applause for me. Pat on the back. I cut caffeine out because I realized that I don't feel good when I'm on caffeine. But people get upset when I'm not like putting my mug on a scale and then, using like a specific spritzer to like soak the grounds and then like measuring it out and then timing, because when you do pour over, you have to not only weigh the amount of water you put in, you have to time your pour. So people get upset that like I'm not a snob about everything. So they're like, you talk about cars, you talk about watches, you have heritage boots. Why don't you like designer coffee and pants? That's like, because I don't care about those things. You can like what you like, and you can dislike what you dislike. All right, I'm gonna do a foot reveal. I've never done a foot reveal, guys. Can I get? I better get some super chats for this. People want to know. You know what? Bearded Viper said Jory wears mandals. If I had to guess, actually, I'm not gonna do a foot reveal. I will do a shoe reveal. I'm wearing shell toes, dude. I'm wearing like an old pair of Adidas shell toes. I don't know, like, I am the most casual dude. Okay? Let's be honest. TFT says the pour temp should be 200, not 212. Folks, sort your lives out. Yeah, dude, and here's the thing. If you enjoy that kind of stuff, if you enjoy, you know, the ritual of timing the pour and weighing the beans and this and that, then freaking do it. Like that's awesome. If you enjoy that ritual, then do that, because that will make you happy. Sure. It's just not for me. And it is what it is. But that was a really fun early rant. For those of you who want to join in on these rants and join the knuckleheads that are in the comment section trying to derail my broadcast by asking to see my feet, then you got to be here live, okay? Here's the thing. People have jobs, I guess. People have families. People have kids. People live in different parts of the world where this is kind of an inconvenient time. But the thing is, I don't care about any of those excuses, because I do this every single Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. And the past few live streams, we've been getting a lot of views after the fact, like over 3,500 views after the fact. If all of you guys showed up during the stream, it would get lit. It would be lit, baby. Come on.
Okay, let's go.
And I want to see you guys. So please, comment section, you already know what to do. I get it. You might be here watching this on the recorded broadcast. You might be using this as kind of like a little podcast to listen to while you're doing chores or something, or taking care of your kid. I don't know. People listen to this like it's some freaking radio show. That's fine. But I wish you were here. But for now, we're going to acknowledge you and wave. We see you. We love you. Comment section. TFT's already waving. He says, hello, future folks. This is us from the past. We just want to say hello. Psycho Fu, Certified Teeth Rot, is waving. We see you. We're thankful that you're here watching the recorded broadcast. We wish you could be here during the live show, because it's a whole lot of fun, and it just turns into, you know, absolute chaos. But if you want to join in and harness the chaos, Bryson, my other moderator, Certified Teeth Rot, says future losers. You wouldn't be future losers if you were here. Then you'd just be present losers. We love you. And yeah, join us next week, or else. That's right. Back to the live stream. Ian Falconer's here. Says, hi, Jory. What a mess. Hopefully you've been killing the time till I got here. You know, as is tradition, when Ian shows up, I turn into a caricature of a Scotsman. Psychofu says it's funnier live. It is. It is funnier live. Let us see. Jason Lister is here. Welcome to the live stream, bro. Sean Miller says, I accidentally hit the reset button on my Seagull 1963 while the chronograph was running. Did I damage the watch? No, Sean, you didn't. I've done that a ton of times with my chronographs. Done it to my Speedmaster, done it to my Seagull 1963, done it to, gosh, my SSC 081, done it to my El Primero. Well, it's a 1911 eBell, but with the El Primero movement, you didn't damage it. Don't worry, dude. It's funny because I've done that a bunch. And when I first started watch collecting, I was like, oh God, I effed it up, didn't I?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
You're fine. You didn't hurt it. Reading comments. What's your thoughts on Eberhard Co? Champion 5. Jason Lister. Thank you for not being a future loser and being here when you were supposed to be. 11:30 a.m. Pacific. Let's take a look at this Eberhard Champion 1. Or Champion 5, my bad. I don't know Roman numerals. Let's take a look, shall we, guys? Here we go. Eberhard Champion 5 Grand Date Chronograph Automatic. So we're floating in the $1,100 range. Let's take a look at some images. I'm sure one of the other watch outlets has, media outlets has a write-up that we can take a look at. Hello, Blog to Watch. There we go. Shout out Blog to Watch. Thank you for helping me with my live stream today. So, what do I see when I see this? I think of Tag Heuer Carrera, like a modern Tag Heuer, right? Comment section, do you agree? Do you agree? By the way, TFT, the moderator, says, loving the Omegas you have at the vintage shop, Jory, good finds. Yeah, we have two, not one, but two incredible Omega Seamasters, and one of which is like one of the first Omega Seamasters ever made. It's like one of the first Omega reference numbers, or Omega Seamaster reference numbers. Guys, go to thetimetellershop.com. Those aren't going to last long. You're gonna at least want to see them. All right, but going back to this Eberhard Champion 5, when I see this, I think of a Tag Heuer, like a modern Tag Heuer Carrera. Let's take a look, and we can do a little bit of a compare-contrast. See, this is what I'm thinking of. Do you guys see this? PNG. Boom. Bam. Bada bing bang. You guys see this, right? They're very, very similar. Comment section. Let's look at the chat. Let's see. Bala says, Blog to Watch is amazing. One of my favorite places on the www to read about watches. Yeah, they're a great source for information, especially as a watch reviewer. I'm going to be honest, like Worn and Wound, Blog to Watch, even Hodinkee, they're kind of a godsend at times when I'm looking for concise spec sheets, because to be honest, some of the watchmakers that send us watches don't have complete spec sheets. So if you think that I'm pulling information just out of my head, that's not the case. I have to do research, I have to read, and I have to rely on some of the same info sources that you guys get. So yeah, shout out to all the media outlets out there. But let's see. Joel says, I have a really nice Eberhard & Company. I love it. Yeah, so I'm going to say it looks decent. It just gives me Tag Heuer Carrera vibes, and that's not really a compliment. You know, one of the best watches in the world is the Heuer Carrera, but Tag Heuer and Heuer are not the same. These old watches, I mean, look at that. That's actually not that bad of a price too. Heuer Carrera 3647 for under 7K. That's not bad if I'm honest. Dude, these are, yeah. I need to add one to my collection. I need to get one for the shop. Yo, look at this. Gorgeous. Yeah. Awesome. This is obviously a reissue. So the only good tags that are out right now are the reissues of the original Heuers. That's like hot take. But yeah, thanks for the question about the Eberhard & Co. Let's read some comments, guys. TFT posted a link to the Time Teller shop. Check it out. We have a bunch of really cool watches, and we have a bunch of watch-related merch. Got mugs. We got Don't Start Watch Collecting t-shirts. You guys should really check it out. I just realized that I can show you. Reading comments. Shai says, as a car enthusiast, how do you feel about the Vacheron 921? I'm kind of obsessed. Let's take a look. If I can spell. 1921. Yeah. I have a few issues with this watch. All right. So believe it or not, this is an early driving watch from Vacheron Constantin. It is gorgeous. It's very interesting canted dial. All right. It's offset. Why did they do that? For a few reasons. Let me see if I can find like a really good picture on the wrist. Let's do Time and Tide. Shout out Time and Tide watches. So it has a canted dial, right? That's so when you are holding the steering wheel of a car, you can look down at the watch at a glance and tell the time more easily. The issue is, excuse me, when you wear your watch on your right wrist instead of your left wrist, it doesn't work out that well. So I've had the pleasure of wearing one, and when you have one on your right wrist, it's not great. However, what I will say is if you are a righty and you choose to wear this on your left wrist, then it works out. But yeah, this is one of my favorite Vacheron reference numbers. I just wish I could wear one. Let me see. Get the vintage Omega Chronostop instead. So I've actually had the opportunity to get a few of these. Omega Chronostops are really funny because it's everybody says that a chronograph is just a stopwatch. Like, why have a chronograph when it's literally just a stopwatch? That's not the case with a lot of chronographs. You can use it to time a lot of things, and they have various registers. The Chronostop is literally a stopwatch. Like, it's a 60-second stopwatch. There's no register. It doesn't keep track of minutes. It's a 1-minute stopwatch on the wrist. I think it's cool. I've almost gotten a couple of these for the shop. I don't know if you can see this. It says, introducing the under the wrist start and stop watch, Omega Chronostop. Very interesting. And you can see that it also has some of them have a canted dial, or canted case, where you can read it with your arm up like this. But yeah, it's just funny because for all the people that say, why do you like chronographs? It's just a stopwatch. Well, this one literally is. So, but speaking of Omega, for those of you interested in some very nice vintage watches, we have this gorgeous Omega Seamaster 2576 small seconds. This is one of the earliest Seamaster designated watches from Omega. We have this really nice Dugena Festa. It's Swiss made, but Dugena, as we all know, is a German watchmaker with some pretty rich history. Our second Omega Seamaster at the shop is this DeVille 166020. I've had a no-date iteration of this watch. This is more classic, but probably more functional day-to-day than the 2576. We still have this Zodiac Glorious, which is honestly one of the most interesting dials that I've seen on a watch. Let's take a look. Look at these indexes. And when this watch is from like the 50s, guys. And look at this detailing. The guilloche pattern, really deep set indexes. Look at those hands. I think this is just an incredible watch. Under $700 too for a badass Zodiac. And honestly, one of my favorite watches at the shop is this old Waltham. Under $600. It's a day date. Not every day date is created equal. I think that when we think day date, people think Rolex President, right? I think this is a really interesting layout for that complication. Immaculate dial. Really nice display. Day date. Cushion case. Under $600. It's a badass watch. But what's been selling like hotcakes, not to plug the shop too much, are the merch, guys. Who's into metal here? Psycho Fu, I know you're into metal, dude. Look at that. The Witching Hour, 3 a.m. Buy this shirt, guys. It is a badass shirt. Do it. Reading comments. JBJB says, in 1921, there were not many cars. They also say that 1921 were for priests when giving sermons so they would see the time and not show that they were looking at their watch. Perhaps. Maybe there were numerous uses for that watch. AZ says, enjoyed your vid earlier this week regarding the first dive watch. Yeah, I personally, as much as I love rants, as much as I love straight up reviews, these history episodes are kind of my favorite to make. They don't get good views, full disclosure, because I think, it might... Not everybody is into watch collecting because of old stuff. That's just the case. A lot of watch collectors out there haven't been bitten by the vintage bug yet, and they don't really care about, the history of the hobby, and that's perfectly fine. So I think when I come out with these more history-based episodes, it might not pique the interest that like some other straight-up reviews would, or maybe like, a controversial title for a rant would. But when it comes to making content, the kind of history-based, almost documentaries are my favorite to make. Taco says the vintage bug is the best bug. Bryson, how's the 944 treating you? So full disclosure, Bryson and I may or may not text each other. We may or may not be friends in real life. Bryson's a friend. And when he heard that I was interested in potentially looking at a 944, he sent me a link to one. Really nice white one. And Bryson, I sent an inquiry to that one. And I was interested. However, the 944 that you found was leaking coolant from somewhere, and the person didn't know from where. And so I was like, do I want to go down that rabbit hole? Probably not. Probably not. It's always sketchy when someone's like, oh, it's got a leak. And you're like, okay, where is it from? Head gasket? Is it from the oil filter seal? Like, what's going on? Is a radiator hose cracked? Because, they dry out and crack. And they're like, well, we don't actually know from where. But yeah, so I didn't go through that one. But my 944 is treating me swimmingly. Case later, hard to find a 944 that hasn't been beaten up. True. I don't know if you guys know this. I sold my STI in December. And I've been looking since December. So, yeah. Mike R., what vintage watch has a head gasket leak? We're talking about cars right now. We're talking about Porsche 944s. What's funny though? Technically, watches do have head gaskets because the head of a watch is the case of the watch, and almost every case of the watch on the case back has some form of gasket. It's typically just called the case back seal, but I'm sure that you could call it a head gasket. Vito C says, hello, saw an old video with you and Fed. It was awesome. You doing any more videos with him? Do you guys want a little sneak peek about something? You want a little, you know what? I'm going to tell you because it's just the live stream people right now. I've written we're not done with the Don't Trust Watch Collectors, or we're not done with the Don't Trust Watch Reviewers series. We have one more installment, and some familiar faces might be joining me. That's all I will say. The answer is yes. We still collaborate with each other, but stay tuned for either next week or the week after that, depending on when they send me, or will send my editors the footage. We're finishing up the Don't Trust Watch Reviewers episode, and I figured it would be much more effective if instead I keep harping on the topic if we had other people chime in. So, some of my buddies here are going to help me out with the next installment. Let me see. Okay, well, moderator's asking for a wristwatch check. Let's do it. What's everyone have on the wrist? You guys already know. It's Saturday. Did I cover it enough? Yeah, you can see the backlight. One of my favorite G-Shocks of all time. Absolutely love this watch. Andrew Wolf's wearing a Casio Red. Darkstar's wearing an Aura 65. Ball is wearing a Casio G-Shock DW5600 E1V, a watch that I recommend all the time on this channel. Let me see. What else? Guys, let me know what you're wearing. Scott's wearing a Seiko Digital Tuna. A Digi. I had one of those, if you recall. I did a giveaway. Lone Wolf McQuaid and Explorer 36mm 114270. EM is wearing a Bulova Lunar Pilot. Which one? PVD coated, steel, or limited edition titanium? That's the one I want. Anthony Villanueva, my buddy, certified T3 bot, says, "Sup, Jory, a birdie told me you were streaming." Welcome, my friend. Rick Green says, LED watch from the gas station. Okay. Rick, we got to get you something else, bro. Rick's also a personal friend of mine. He makes me laugh pretty much daily. Aaron Walker, the Snow Monster, needs watches, is wearing a Grand Seiko SBG J237. Scott says 944 can be a money pit. I have a Land Rover and a 911, dude, so it's I'm kind of used to it. It's all good. ABL is also wearing an Explorer 114270. That's awesome. AZ's wearing the where is it? Sorry, I lost it. AZ is wearing an Invicta Reserve 29544 chronograph. And Mike R is wearing an Orient Sun Moon version 4 with the Arabics and not the Roman numerals. Interesting. Man, I looked at 42 Orients yesterday. Can you believe that, guys? Someone please give me a pat on the back. I did intros and read specs for 42 Orients in one go last night on Instagram for Orient watches. Shout out to Orient for sponsoring me. Guys, we have a coupon code again, IG Live at Orient's website, 10% off, and you get it site-wide until Wednesday. TFT has a question. Guys, ask questions, please. Ask questions. Again, I can already see we have some new people here on the stream. Don't be scared to ask questions. The whole point is for me to interact with you guys. TFT says, controversial question. What pen are you using today? Before I answer this, I need to know how committed you guys are in the comment section. Spam Pen 15 gang. Pen 15 gang. Spam it. I'll let you know which pen I'm using today. These two. Spam Pen 15 gang. Tristan, Pen 15 gang. Gang gang. Let's go. Bryson, Pen 15 gang. Always use these. Turd Ferguson just said penis, which, I mean, come on, dude, grow up. Blue highlighter, pink highlighter, always. always. Mike R says, I've been in the Pen 15 gang since 2nd grade. Heck yes. EM says, Pen 15 gang. AZ has Pen 15 gang. Bryson, Pen 15 gang. Paul, Pen 15 gang. Anthony, Black Bay, Pen 15. TFT, Pen 15 gang. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. Kloss, Pen 15 gang. Blue highlighter is for personal to-dos. All right. Pink highlighter is for business to-dos. And then this is the pen that I use every day. It's a Mont Blanc Meisterstück rollerball. I am a casual rollerball. All right. I'm not a pen snob. I am part of the Pen 15 gang. If you guys want to join, you're going to have to write to my people. There's this whole, you can send a letter to my P.O. box, but essentially it has to go through HR, and they probably will do a background check on you. You'll probably have to be drug tested, and then they're going to see your grip strength. We have this whole process of testing your grip strength. It's like this whole thing. If you really want to join, send an inquiry to my P.O. box, and we can see if we can get you into Pen 15 gang. But I mean, I feel like if you're not in the Pen 15 gang now, you never were. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Commit or quit. That's it. Are people confused right now? AK says, I'm Aussie. I have no idea what you're on about, Pen 15. TFT says, it's a very dumb joke. That's not a joke. Again, you can, get if you think it's just a joke, write to the P.O. box, see what HR has to say about it. And people that say it's a joke, guess what? They didn't qualify because their grip strength was too weak. You got to have strong grip for a Pen 15 gang. I'm sorry. Psycho Fu, quill pens are cool. Fountain pens are cool. I can't use them because I'm a lefty and I smudge all the time when I write as is. And each time I've used a fountain pen, the whole page just turns different shades of blue or black. I can't. Paul Younger says, do you like Nomos? Let's take a look. Okay. Here's the thing. When we talk about Nomos, all right, we first have to talk about Bauhaus design. Now, when you look at these posters, I'm gonna push myself over to the other edge. When you look at these posters, these prints, right? Initially, it looks really captivating. Bauhaus design, right? A lot of shapes, contrast, very blocky, modern. And the prints are fine in general. But the second you type in watch after the word Bauhaus, it becomes a slaughterhouse. All right. I was talking to people on the Orient stream last night. It feels like a year. God, it was an eternity. I'm kidding. Not every... okay. By definition, Bauhaus design is minimalist. Okay, that can't be argued. However, not every minimalist watch is Bauhaus. Does that make sense? So, by definition, every Bauhaus watch is minimalist. However, not every minimalist watch is Bauhaus. So, I'm okay with simple watches, with more minimal watches, but Bauhaus design is a bridge too far for me personally. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying that their watches are bad or people that use Bauhaus design are stupid. It's just not for me. Shout out to the Time Teller Shop sponsoring this episode. Now we move to Nomos. Nomos makes good watches. Every Nomos I've held, every Nomos I've worn is a good watch. However, they're just a bit boring. This one looks good because I'm a sucker for like champagne dials. But still, it's a bit bland. It's a bit bland, guys. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. So, are Nomos watches good? Yes. Are Nomos watches for me? No. Joel says, you just eliminated me the second you mentioned drug test. Yeah, dude, I mean, you know what? I'm pretty sure we can waive you. You write to HR, tell them that you're a channel member. We could probably fast track you to get into what we call the cadet corps of Pen 15 gang. And essentially what happens is you have to rank a certain level of grip strength, and if it's to a certain percentage, then we kind of overlook the drug test part. So it's all good. The Mad Watch Collector says, hi, Jory. Hi, all. Just coming back from London Watch Show. It was great fun. Shout out to the Mad Watch Collector. Perhaps the only dude that's weirder than me in the watch world. I'm kidding, dude. He's the man. Check him out. TFT says, if you want to join the Discord, click that sweet join button, get in live chats, collection shares, and a great community. Guys, please. Again, it helps us out a bunch. It's the only reason I've been able to film literally 6 days a week is because of this amazing community that is my channel members. But yeah, shout out to Russell. Again, the only dude that's perhaps stranger than myself when it comes to watch reviewers. Joel says, TFT, thank you, sir. I was hoping they changed it on the application because I really didn't want to lie. I'm telling you, dude, Pen 15 Gang is one of the most exclusive clubs to join. We test grip strength. We do drug test, full disclosure. Talk to HR, send it to the P.O. Box, tell them that you watch the channel, and we might be able to fast track you. Mike R says, you mentioned doing a bunch of Orient intros. If I'm looking for the look, feel of a Rolex Day-Date Presidential, is the Orient a good starter or just an homage and should save for the real deal? Well, here's the thing. The Orient is so cost-effective and affordable that you could probably do both. You could probably get an Orient and enjoy yourself while you save up for a President. Because here's the thing, okay? Not to be rude. The price of an Orient is not really going to put a big dent in the overall costs of a Rolex President. That's just bottom line. So if you spend like $200 max on an Orient, that's not really going to put a big ding in your budget for a Rolex President. Does that make sense, guys? Bryson Haggard, certified T3 bot moderator, says, please, time teller, make a shirt that says buff wrists. Let me see. Wait, what did Taco say? This is so funny. TFT has a question. Okay, well, he says Taco has a good question. I'm trying to find it. He says, good question of a watch comes in two sizes, like 38 or 42. Which do you prefer as a buff fellow? And with a follow-up, would size preference depend on style? Okay, so what if a watch has two variants, smaller size, larger size, which would I prefer? And when it comes to size preference, does it depend on the style? I'll answer the second question first. When it comes to watch size, does it depend on the style? 100%. 100%. 1000% even. There are watches. Another thing to consider is that the listed size. Andy G, what's going on, brother? Nice to see you. The listed size does not necessarily equate to how it will wear on your wrist. All right? This is where a lot of people get into trouble with Rolexes. All right? they see that the older Rolex Presidents were 36 millimeter, so they bump it up to the 40. And they realize it's just this gargantuan hunk of material on their wrist, and it does not wear like they thought it would. Well, newsflash, it's because oyster cases typically wear much larger than they list on paper. All right? So if you have even a 7.5 or up inch wrist, you could probably pull off a 36 millimeter watch and it would sit the way the watch was meant to sit. You know, a lot of people with the Submariner and even the OP being bumped up to 41 millimeters, you realize it's a big watch. It is a big watch. 41 millimeters does not sound enormous. All right. With an oyster case, it wears about 43, 42, 43. And I'm a big dude. So it definitely depends on the design of the watch. However, if there were a watch that came in two different sizes, like 36, and then what were the two options? 36 and 42? Or 38 and 42. I'm going to be honest with you. I would probably choose the 38. I'm a huge fan of 40 millimeter, that 40 millimeter sweet spot. And if you get me to 38 or 39, I'm there. That is where I want to be. All right. So to answer both of your questions back to back, if I had a choice between a 38 millimeter and a 42 millimeter of the same watch, I personally would choose the 38 millimeter, even though I'm a bigger dude and I am legitimately jacked. Like, not joking, I'm enormous. However, it also depends greatly on the on the style and design of the watch. Period. Andy's asking, he says, all good, mate. You keeping that STI of yours warm? I actually sold it. Because I got an insane offer for it. An insane offer. And I could not, it was, it made me an offer I couldn't refuse. And so I took it, and then I bought another Porsche, so whatever. I'm an idiot. Spam, I don't know. Spam like some stupid, is there a potato emoji? Spam a potato in the comment section, guys. I'm not going to talk until you spam a potato. Hashtag legitimately jacked. Thank you. Spam the potatoes in the comment section. I'm an idiot. We need a legitimately jacked shirt. I think you know what? I'm going to make a legitimate. Would you guys get legitimately jacked shirts if I made it? Here's the thing, guys. We have shirts that kind of are like that. Check this out. Let's keep spamming potatoes, guys. Ooh, some sweet potatoes. And TFT's kicking it up a notch with Flat Moon. Okay, so this is one of my favorite shirts that we ever released at the Time Teller shop. Telling time since '89. We call it the Retro Fighter shirt because we can't legally say Street Fighter. I don't think. But telling time since '89. This is one of my favorite shirts. I look legitimately jacked here. I got the beard and the watch. I told the artist to make me bald because I sent them a picture and I was like, I'm bald. And they still chose to give me some hair. And I was like, no, you don't get it. I'm bald. And they were like, no, we're doing it this way. And I was like, okay. So we have that. And then also for those gym rats, those fellow gym rats, we do have a metal water bottle. And then we also have, oh my God. It's so funny. When I released these, a bunch of people bought these. T3 Battle Gym, Los Angeles, Time to Die. It's so funny knowing that The funniest thing to me, okay, is that we release like gag merch, right? Like things that are very specific inside jokes, like just things that we've mentioned once that we still laugh at on this channel. And the funniest part about it is a bunch of people will buy them. And then I think about the fact that there are people like in different parts of the world, because it's not just US, different parts of the world, like lifting weights with like my stupid caricature saying time to die, T3 Battle Gym, Los Angeles. It's just really funny to me. I don't know. It's great. Makes me feel good. Honored, in fact. But yeah, we'll do a legitimately jacked shirt. D sub STS says, hey, great channel. Quick question for you. What's your opinion on the Ebel Sports Wave lineup? I know nothing about that. I own an Ebel. Let me see. I have an Ebel 1911 El Primero chronograph. I don't know anything about this. Let's take a look. Okay, so it has like the Ebel bezel that they were doing in that time. Yeah. Not really for me. I think it's hard for me to look at this case shape without wanting it to be a chronograph, if that makes sense. If you want to check out my Ebel 1911 review, I've made 2 episodes about it. And yeah, it's insane watch. Really underrated. Bala says, you ain't bald, Jor. You still have plenty of hair to lose. George A says, peeps buy them because peeps love you, Jory. Thank you so much, guys. You know the funniest part? Okay, listen to this. We released... They're not at the site anymore. For all of October, we had these really bizarre Halloween shirts. And it had like an hourglass and a skull. And it said, I think it said like the time teller and like weird font. Or no, it said time will tell. Yeah. It had an hourglass with a skull and it said time will tell. And we released these for October. And a bunch of people bought them. Not one single person in the US bought them. So there's these people with really obscure Halloween time teller merch in like Dubai and Italy and France, and one went to Sweden, I think. It's like, it is so funny to me. TFT, beware of the Sour Apple Skittle Syndicate. You know, I still have 2 packs that you bought me, TFT. I've only eaten 1 pack. I've been savoring them. I also don't want to get diabetes, so I would literally eat all 4 packs like in one go, but I chose not to. You guys crack me up. But yeah, shout out to Lime Skittles. Literally the only Skittles I will eat are the Skittles that come with lime Skittles. Screw Sour Apple Syndicate. We will destroy you. Lime Skittles will prevail in the end. Mikola! How are you doing, bro? By the way, guys, I'm going to do something. Real quick. So, check this out. I've been posting this on Instagram, but I'm going to do it here. And we're filming some intros as well. I am not political, all right? And I refuse to talk about politics on this channel. And I'm not going to start now. However, I do really care about the people that have supported me and my personal friends and people I consider family. And Man Cave Leather, who makes literally the best leather straps ever. And they recently were branching out into some other really cool items. They are located in Ukraine. All right. And they were very, very negatively affected by what's going on. And they've essentially had to shut down their entire business. Now, I know a bunch of my viewers have purchased from Man Cave Leather. and you would know that they truly do sincerely care about the products they pull out. Like it's not just ordering a strap from them. They communicate with you. They make sure that the specs are how you want it. They'll ask what watch it's going on. They make sure that it's a product that will last and that you will like. And so the easiest way to support them right now, because unfortunately we can't order products from them, is to order this MCL logo card. All right. It's a way of supporting them. It won't break the bank. Please help out. And because Mikola and his wife, they've been ridiculously supportive of my channel, and we should help them because they're good people, and it would just be a shame if other watch collectors weren't able to, join in the fruits of their labor, right? I mean, they make such incredible products. I want every watch collector to be able to have a man cave leather strap, and the fact that they've had to shut down is it sucks. So support them, guys. Please click that link, mancaveleather.com, and support them. Sorry for the serious note, but it's true. We need to support the people that support us. Bryson says, truly a full service experience. I have a new watch that feels naked without an MCL strap. TFT says, it's a classy vintage look wearing smaller watches. I agree. Andy says, we have similar sized wrists and a 40 millimeter sits lovely. You sold the STI? The money must have been phenomenal for you to let her go. Ironic, as I bought another Evo for a steal. Got a 6 TME and an 8. Wow. That's incredible, dude. But I'm going to tell you something. We got, I got a deal that essentially I got paid to drive that car for 4 years. Insane. Nicole Celeste is here. Be on your best behavior, gentlemen. Mikola, thank you. Don't thank me. Thank you. Wave time? Taka, we already waved. Dude, we're almost done with the stream. Reading comments. Serious question. Can I daily a 36 millimeter watch? My wrist is 7.30. Yes, absolutely. I daily a 34 millimeter date 1500. And I have just above 7.5 inch wrists. So yes, I daily a 34 millimeter Rolex every day, and I'm probably enormous. Turd Ferguson says, what's the Discord server? You gotta join the channel. Once you join the channel, you get a link to the Discord server. It's $4.99 a month. The content creators do get some of that money. I'm sure YouTube takes some of it. I don't know exactly how it works, but $4.99 a month gets you a channel membership, and it's essentially YouTube's Patreon, right? So really do appreciate that, and thanks for anyone and everyone who's joined. Wild About Watches. Do you rate ball watches? Or how do you rate ball watches? I heard they're good with interesting history. I've never owned one. However, someone I went to high school with that we've kind of reconnected because of watches has like a ball collection. And so I guess, again, once you pop, the fun don't stop. They're great. Yeah, I've, you know what? Who has a ball watch? Who has a ball watch in the comment section? Send it to my P.O. box and I'll review it. And we send it back insured. You don't have to worry about that. And we pay for insurance. And we send you some T3 merch also. Someone, send it to my P.O. box. DM me. Email me. info@thetimetellershop.com. info@thetimetellershop.com. Andy says, are you still after that Porsche? Well, I have two now. And I'm probably not going to be getting another one for a very long time because the one I want is like unobtainable. So, unattainable, excuse me. Nate Dogs, hey Jory, you ever try Frederic Constant manufacturer caliber roll timer? Just picked up one this weekend, green dial variant, and I'm still figuring out my feelings on it. Okay, so I'm gonna show it to you guys. I have a picture. Oh my god, Joma Shop. I'm not affiliated with Joma Shop, but they have a picture. I assume this is the one you got. I dig it. I think that this world timer is actually really cool. And I'm a sucker for world timers with the map. So, I mean, if you travel a lot or you just want to look fancy schmancy, having all of this on your dial definitely is incredibly impressive. And yeah, I think they're badass, and the green was a good touch. I'd probably put it on a different strap, maybe a brown man cave leather strap. Something dressier with a nice taper. Mikola could do it. He'd know what to do. And that's why we got to support man cave leather. Period. Paragraph. Now you can follow the 6062. I wish, but I just made an episode talking about the 6062, so stay tuned for that. Next week we have a very fun episode, and it may or may not pertain to Nicolas Cage. How does Nicolas Cage fit into watches? Well, you're going to find out, and don't worry. Nate Doc says, want to review it? Happy to send it. Absolutely. And we will send it back insured, and you'll get some T3 merch. Nate Dogg, email me info@thetimetellershop.com. info@thetimetellershop.com. But guys, we've been here for an hour. I want to thank each and every one of you for hanging out with me. You could have been anywhere this Saturday morning, but you chose to hang out with me, and that's insane. That's awesome. I literally look forward to this every single week. You know, I did an 1.5 hour live stream on Instagram yesterday, and I went to sleep excited about doing today's live stream. So you guys are the superstars. I do this channel for you, and thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me, and yeah, you guys rock. So guys, what do I always tell you? Get out of your comfort zone. You know, starting a channel and live streaming, it wasn't necessarily natural. I think people often tell me, "Oh, you're natural on camera." Now, I bumped the mic and I unplugged it. So people often say that I'm natural on camera, and that's not always the case. That wasn't always the case, all right? And I'm a human just like other people, and I have off days. I have days where I'm much more high energy, and I have days where things feel everything's a bit sluggish. But the truth is, the more I did it, the more I realized that I enjoyed doing it, and the more I wanted to do it, and breaking out of that comfort zone was the first step to, you know, getting where I want to be. I'm not where I want to be necessarily, but I'm closer to it. And I thought you thought I got emotional. No, I unplugged my mic because I'm an idiot. But yeah, that's the first thing. Get out of your comfort zone. Second thing is to tell someone you love them. All right. Sounds cheesy. I say this at the end of every one of my live streams. Sounds really cheesy, doesn't it? Some big hairy dude saying, tell someone you love them. You should, dude. Because even if you're not having a good day, even if you think things are going kind of poorly, if you share love, you often feel better yourself. And so do it. And finally, I'm going to say, tell yourself you love yourself, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. And if you spoke to the people around you the way you spoke to yourself, how many friends would you have left? All right. I'm going to leave you with that question. If you spoke to your loved ones the way you spoke to yourself, how many of them would still be around you? Because I'm going to be honest, if I spoke to the people around me the way that I sometimes speak to myself, they wouldn't want to hang out with me because I'm not always kind to myself. And we should strive to be nicer to ourselves and more understanding and more compassionate and more forgiving and more just kind. So there. I always have to end the live stream with something cheesy. You guys already know that. And if you don't know that, welcome to the T3 live stream. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller. And always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Love you guys. And I'll see you on the Monday episode. It's going to be a fun one, I promise. See ya.